Are you ready for some drama? We got some drama, Hunter.
3, 4, 5. There's 6 shades out of a 16 shade palette that are very similar to other shades if you have the other palettes. Kind of sucks whenever you get a new palette and you already have basically 6 of the shades in that palette. So it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a new palette.
What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Luck. In today's video, girl, talking about so much drama. As always, girl, get your setting spray because we're in for a bumpy ride. Okay, girl, so my fat ass was on YouTube, girl, scrolling around, and I found this video. And I found it very interesting, and I want to share it with you. Before I do, I want to talk a little bit about it. This is not a bashing video. My videos are purely entertainment purposes only. So there's this makeup brand called Juvia's Place, girl. But for some reason, I always used to call it like Juvia's Planet or Juvia's Play-Doh. It was so weird how I would think that. But anyway, it's called Juvia's Place, girl. And this indie makeup brand has been making its way around the internet. I've seen Nikki tutorials talk about it. I've seen so many other beauty influencers talking about this palette, and I never really questioned it because I thought it was a really good palette. In fact, I have one of the palettes that I purchased on its way to my house because I think it's such a great palette. Now, what I liked about Juvia's Place, and what I still do like about it, is that if you pull yourself out of the makeup industry, right, everything's been done before, and I said this before, and I feel like in order for you to stick out or be noticed, you have to have like a niche. You know, what's going to set you apart from other business? What's going to set you apart from the other makeup girls? So what I liked about Juvia's Place is that they catered to like this very tribal type vibe, very earthy. The names on the palette were very organic, and I love for stuff that's very colorful, tribal, and celebrates roots with making it new again, right? So I was living for Juvia's palette when it first came out, the second palette, the third palette. They got brushes now, because you know I love it so much. Hold on, girl, I'm about to spill this tea, it's about to freeze over, hold on. Gotta fix this contour, because this drama's about to crack it. Nikki Tutorials gave it a really good review. She liked it, girl. But what's so weird about it, in Nikki Tutorials video, girl, it was kind of like weird the house because she did, out of all the colors on that palette, she used the most basic busted colors. Like, she didn't even go for the colors that pop and go boom. She used those basic colors, girl. I was like, girl, I kind of questioned her video because she kind of like just whipped it together, girl. She didn't really give it like her all. I feel my opinion. She didn't bring it in that video. So anyway, so I found this YouTuber, right? And this YouTuber basically has all of the Juvia's palettes. And what this YouTuber noticed was like, wait a minute. This newest palette that Juvia came out with is called the Magic palette, right? Everyone's talking about it. It's the newest palette out right now. It came out before Jacqueline's, before Jeffrey's newest makeup. Like, it's out right now. You can get it online. I think it's like $35 or something like that. And I was thinking about buying that palette. Well, it wasn't until I saw this video that just like blew my mind. And I was like, wait a minute. Did Juvia's Palace try to pull a fast one over my fat ass? Did Juvia's Palace goop us, girl? Is Juvia's Palace scamming the girls? Who knows? So this video dissected that if you buy their newest palette, girl, you know what? Let me just roll the clip for you because you're going to get your life. Here we go.
That orange, that same orange that I was looking at looks very similar to this one right here. So here is the Nubian 2 palette. The other one was the regular Nubian. And then this is the Magic palette, obviously. So some of them look like, so this is the last eyeshadow palette that I have. I think has the most similarities to this palette right here. Now I'm going to be placing some of the colors from the Magic palette as well as some of the colors from the Saharan palette that I believe look somewhat similar between the two. Put the ones from the Saharan palette first, and then I'm going to go into the Magic palette. So this side is going to be the Saharan and this side is going to be the Magic. Okay, so those are the 4 that I thought looked very, very similar. The first 2 were not as similar as I thought they were going to be, but the next 3 are really similar. There's only one from the Nubian palette that is similar, so on this side is going to be the Magic palette, and here is the similar color from the Nubian palette. So the Saharan palette is a little bit more orange-based than the Nubian one, but still very, very similar. Now I'm going into the Masquerade palette, and again, there is only one that looks similar. So here is the Masquerade palette, and here is the Magic palette. Basically the same exact shade. So the last one that I am swatching out of is the Nubian 2, and there was only one shade in here that is somewhat similar, but they're definitely different. So there is from the Nubian 2, and this one is from the Magic palette. They're fairly close, but this one's more of a bright yellow instead of being more on the bronzy gold side like this one is. 3, 4, 5, there's 6 shades out of a 16 shade palette that are very similar to other shades if you have the other palettes. Kind of sucks whenever you get a new palette and you already have basically 6 of the shades in that palette. So it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a new palette.
Now, please do not send any hate to this person in the video, girl. They were just expressing their opinion. You know what? That does seem kind of weird. Are Juvia's palettes like reusing their makeup in the newer palette? Because those colors look very similar. You get what I'm saying? I was like, girl, And I just feel like as a consumer, girls, because we talked about being consumers in the other video, I just feel like just be cautious, girl. I feel like if you love Juvia's Place, Juvia's Planet, whatever, girl, I think that you can get most of those colors if you just buy like 1 or 2 of their palettes. Because see, I'm the type of person that when I like something a lot, I really immerse myself in the brand. Like for example, like I really love Apple computers, right? I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, I have a MacBook Air, I have a MacBook Pro, I have an iMac. Like I have it all. I have like the whole ecosystem, right? And I'm the same thing with brands. If I really do like a makeup brand, I tend to just buy all of it, right? And companies know this and they capitalize on it because by making bundle packages and stuff like that, you can get it all for this discounted price. But what's really disheartening to me is that if you love Juvia's Planet, Juvia's Place, girl, then essentially you wouldn't need to buy the whole entire collection because majority of the colors are in their first couple of palettes. You don't really need to get the new one. So my advice, because you know my fat ass has one, from my business perspective, is I think like Juvia's Place, Juvia's Planet should have like a capsule collection and be like, these colors represent us. And that could have been a palette. This Magic palette that came out should have not been called Magic palette. It should have been called the Juvia's Planet Juvia's Place Capsule Collection, our best colors in this palette. Since the majority of the colors, girl, in my opinion, and last I checked, I'm allowed to have one, are in there. You know what I'm saying? And again, like there's really nothing innovative or new. We all seen all these colors before. And if you know me, I'm a fan of just palettes that are very bright in your face colors that just don't really mix together. I love that stuff. I love them. Look at my face, girl. And so I was inspired by like Juvia's Planet, Juvia's Place, when I put this orange right here, just like kind of burnt orange, because I feel like Juvia's Place, one of my favorite colors from them is like this kind of burnt-y orange, earthy tone that they got, and that's why I put that here. Now, do I hate Juvia's palette? No. And what I purchased from them? Probably so. But I feel like this Magic palette was a goop. I feel like maybe they're kind of like, this is my opinion, girl, who knows? My conspiracy, my opinion, is that they're kind of like, you know what, let's put out a palette, let's put this out, girl, here we go. But it should have been repackaged, renamed as a capsule collection, our best colors in one palette. You know what, we're in the second or third quarter of the year, and if that's the case, then this palette could have waited till like the holiday season, girl. But who am I, girl? Who am I? But please let me know how you feel about Juvia's Place, girl. I know some of you might know about it. I think Juvia's Place is one of those brands that you really have to be a makeup lover, makeup addictive type person to really know what this brand is, because it's not like advertised everywhere at Sephora. It's like an indie brand, kind of like Morphe type of thing, girl. And I really would purchase Juvia than I would Morphe, girl, because if you really think about it, like the amount of pigmentation and the amount of makeup they put into a palette, and they're selling it for like 30, 25 bucks, girl, is really a good deal, in my opinion. So I really do think it's like a lot of bang for your buck, right? But if you have anything Juvia, leave your comments down below if you like it. If you don't like it, like, let me know about your experience, and let me know what you think about this palette, girl, with all this drama. Now, Juvia's Place has these brushes. They're like $50. I wonder if they're worth it. And if Juvia's Place was smart, girl, they'll send my fat ass a little something, girl. But don't send me that damn magic palette, because, girl, you already know how I feel about that. But as always, girl, smash that like button, comment, rate, subscribe. If you hate the video, send it to your haters so when they watch it, they lost 10 minutes of their life. They'll never get back. Alright, see you next video. Peace.